Okay, in today's video, what I'm going to do is show you how to modify a brush, create a three-sided template, and then make a mandala that has only three sides instead of the 2, 4, or 8 that is the default for Procreate. So first thing we want to do is go into the calligraphy. I'm going to duplicate the monoline brush, slide it to the left, choose duplicate, and then I'm going to put it up here into build on 3. We're going to tap on this twice. I'm going to turn the stabilization amount up. Right now it's at 18%. I'm going to put it at about 70. And then let's go down here to properties. I'm going to change the minimum size all the way down to 0. And what this allows us to do is create a very, very thin line all the way up to a nice thick line. If we go down here to 1%, this is the thinnest line we can make with monoline 1. If we look at monoline and put it down to 1%, that's what we've got. So now we have a brush that will allow us to make just about anything we want. First thing I want to do is create a template for our mandala. I'm going to go up here to the wrench. That's the actions menu. And we're going to go to canvas. And then I'm going to turn on the drawing guide right here. And right below that, tap on edit drawing guide. And we've got 2D grid on this. And down here at the bottom, I'm going to select assisted drawing. That's right here at the bottom right. And we'll click on done. And now I'm just going to make a single line going all the way down. I'm going to use the selection tool here. This is our transform tool. And down here at snapping, I'm going to make sure that both magnetics and snapping are on. And then I want this to go to the center. Now what I'm going to do is use my eraser tool and I'm going to erase half of this. It's difficult to see where half is, so let's go back to the drawing guide. And we're going to go to symmetry and we're going to choose horizontal. Oh, that's why I can't see it. There we are, done. And you can see that we have this green horizontal line here. I'm going to zoom in, and I'm using the regular calligraphy monoline brush here. We've got to turn the assisted drawing off, and I'm just going to erase up to that line. The feathering on the eraser can make that tricky sometimes, but there we go. And then we just zoom out. And for some reason my iPad has had problems with zooming lately. And I'm going to erase down. and erase down, but I'm not going to erase this last little bit here. And that way, whenever I select it, it's going to select from top to bottom, as you can see here. So I've got this. I'm going to duplicate layer 1, and then I'm going to rotate it until it ticks 8 times. Remember, this is 15 degrees each whenever the snapping is on. And that makes it a rotation of 100 degrees or 120 degrees. You can see that right here. Then I'm going to duplicate layer 1 again, and I'm going to rotate it 100 degrees the other way. Another way of rotation is you can tap on this green dot right here, and we type in 120, and it automatically rotates it around for us. Then click on any blue dot you see down here. I'm going to click on this one. And then we can turn this off. Oh, sorry about the dogs. And this gives us our 1/3 rotations. I'm going to merge these down together. And then I'm going to add a layer. I'm going to put it below. I'm going to fill and then invert. This allows me to select both of these, and I get the full selection. And I am going to rotate this just 60 degrees. Remember, you can tap on it, choose 60, and there you go. And I can see that I have a gray box, which means that this black is not fully black. I'm going to take this circle right here and put it all the way down at the bottom left, and it is now a pure black. We can do a fill layer and invert, and now when we rotate this, you can't tell that there's any difference. All right, so let's go ahead and fill that layer again so that we will have it for the next time. And now we're going to have lots of fun. I'm going to come up here to layer 3, and I'm going to create a Scandinavian flower design because I want to use that. I'm going to go to my edit drawing guide, and I'm going to use vertical symmetry. I'm going to make sure that the assisted drawing is on. And then I want to create an oval. You can see how this is not very well done here. So let's raise this up. I'll use 10%. And actually what I want to do is turn off assisted drawing for a moment and create my oval. I think I want it to be thicker. So let's go up here to 31%. And we'll create an oval. And once you release, up here at the top, you can see Edit Shape. Tap on that, and it says Ellipse. And I want to put the top and bottom dots on my line. And then tap outside. We're going to go up a layer, turn on Drawing Assist, and I want to create a curve that goes up and out. I'm going to tap on Edit Shape there. And turn that into a nice little arc starting just above where our oval starts to turn inward. And then I'm going to create these two leaves, just like this. And then I want one to come down like this. Let's go down to layer 3, and using the eraser, I'm going to get rid of the parts that do not match the shape that I want to make. And that looks nice. We'll go ahead and merge these down. And let's turn on Drawing Assist. And I want to create a little heart here in the middle. There we go. And I'll fill that in. And I'm going to put little dots going around my heart. There we go. And doesn't that look nice? And then let's put little hearts here. That seems to be a bit too thick for what I want, so we'll go down to the 10% mark. To make this, I got it to 10%, and then I tapped over here where the plus sign was. Plus sign turns it on, minus sign turns it off. So we're at 10%, and we're going to create a heart here. There we go. And we will fill that in. And then down below here, I want a leaf. To make this leaf easily, I'm going to start a new layer, hit Drawing Assist, and create my arc. I'm going to edit that shape and move everything so that it's nice leaf shape. And then I'm going to take the assisted drawing off. I'm going to move it like this. That looks very nice. I'm going to tap on the N for this. And I'm going to change the opacity to somewhere around 50%. Then I'm going to go back down to layer 3. I'm going to trace this. And because layer 3 has the Drawing Assist on, put a little center to that, we now have 2 leaves. And then I think I want a couple of little dots here. I make my circle, I hold it, and then I use the finger of my other hand, put it on the screen, that makes it a circle. And that's a good size, so I lift up my stylus, and then I lift up my finger, and then I fill it in. So this is what I'm going to use to help me make my mandala. We're going to take that. Under snapping, I'm going to take the magnetics off. And then I'm going to tap here, that's third from the end, fit to canvas. and that zooms it right out without it going over the edges. I'm going to do an invert, and then I'm going to copy it. I can delete layer 4. I'm going to go here to my brushes, and in this same Build on 3 library, I'm going to create a new brush. Spacing is going to be max. Shape, I'm going to tap on Edit, and then I'm going to tap on Import, and then Paste. Tap anywhere outside, and you can see it here. And we can say Done. We're going to go down to Apple Pencil. That's fourth from the bottom here. And the opacity, I'm going to turn off so it says none. For properties, I'm going to use Orient to Screen. I'm going to use a stamp preview, and I'm going to increase the maximum size. Let's tap on Done, and you can see that the preview here is a little too large. So instead of 30%, I'm going to tap on the 30% there. I'm going to type in 15, tap outside, click on Done, and you can see it right there. Isn't that nice? All right, so I'm going to take my layer 3 here, put it all the way up underneath layer 2. I'm going to start a new layer, and I'm going to give it a drawing assist. And we still have the vertical symmetry. Let's go down here to monoline 1, and I want to create a line going from the center, going up. I'm going to tap on Edit Shape. Get it right there. And then I'm going to angle my screen a little bit. I'm going to take this new brush that I created, and let's tap here. That's a little too large. So we're going to reduce the size. Remember, the preview that you see here whenever you're changing the size is the size that you're going to get when you tap on the screen. So if I zoom this way out, you can see that the preview at 16% is showing what it is on the screen here. If I zoom it way in and tap, the preview right here is larger. So that's a good way to tell approximately how large you're making things. And then I'm going to switch back to my monoline 1, and I'm going to check the size there. That looks like a good size to use. So we're doing it 10%. I'm going to take this, give it a little curve, and then use it to curve in for my leaves. And now I'm going to speed this up so that you don't have to be bored watching me create this portion of the mandala. I want to keep it within this area right here. And I will be back in just a few minutes. Alright, so now that I've got this part done, I'm going to duplicate that. And I'm going to select layer 4 and layer 2 by sliding to the right. And then I'm going to rotate it 120 degrees. Remember, tap on any one of the blue dots to get out of the number typing. I'm going to duplicate layer 4 again. I'm going to fill layer 2 and invert it and select the new layer 4 and the layer 2. And I'm going to rotate it negative 120 degrees. So I can do 1, 2, 0, minus. Or, of course, I can manually turn it 120 degrees with the magnetics turned on for snapping. And here's the start of our lovely picture here. Now I'm going to merge these down. And I'm going to rotate it by 60 degrees. Now you notice it's not selecting evenly here. And that's why you want to have markers. I'm going to come down here and just put a little line. And then I'm going to come up to the top once it lets me resize. I'm thinking I need a different screen protector. There we go. All right, so that works for me. And when I select, it now selects the whole thing. I tap on my little green dot. I'm going to type in 60, or I can rotate it manually again. And this will allow me to fill in this portion here. And what I want to do is just continue in to filling in all of my available space. So I'm going to speed through this for you. Okay, and here I'm going to rotate it 120 degrees again. And I forgot to duplicate it first, so let's undo that. I'm going to duplicate it twice. This one is going to go 120 degrees this direction. It's not doing very well because I don't have the magnetics on. We'll just do 120 there. And 120 minus there. And as you can see, as we build up on these, you can get a quite intricate design going. Because I want to fill out this area here. We do this and then we can fill in again. Let's see. And we can continue on from here. Basically, you can fill your entire page this way, doing 120 and 60-degree rotations in order to fill everything out without it accidentally going over an edge. If I take this right now and I rotate it, you'll notice that it just barely does not hit the edges. And that's basically what you want to do. So here's where I'm going to stop. I'm going to let you continue on to fill out the rest of yours. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a wonderful day.